my channel. If you are a new subscriber, we're gonna be doing a lot of new paintings, but this is an old painting that I want to share with you. I have not done a video before of it, but it has been taught several times in different parts of the United States, and it was published in this magazine of the Society of Decorative Painter. So if you do have this magazine, it is volume summer 2008, and it is at the back of the magazine where you're gonna find it, and it is on page 138, 37, 136. On page 136 of the Decorative Painter of summer of 2008. And this is the piece, and this is a box. I have some notes that my son gave me when he was small. And I glue the paper to the box. However, we're gonna do a small version of it. I already painted it, and I will show you the final results. This is the one that we're doing on the video, and you're gonna see the bird, but not the background items, because it is a 1-hour video. So before I go to the shaft tail class, I want to show you, I am thinking on showing you this yellow rose in colored pencils, another colored pencil piece, but it will not be on the next time, because the next time will be in acrylics. So stay tuned, because soon I'm going to also show you how to paint this yellow rose. This one I taught a lot, and this one I have not taught, but I am planning on doing this one. So today we're going to be painting a small version of this shaft tail bird. It's going to be this size, and it's going to be for a pocket on our bird journal. And I decided on this paper as my background paper, and this paper is from this paper pad, Wildflowers, Nature Gardens 180 GSM. So the complete tutorial will be a coffee for a nominal fee, and this is where I'm gonna glue this like this. I want some of the purple flower showing. I think that's very pretty. It's completely traced, and I put a tiny bit of the ink. It's called the walnut stain. I put a tiny bit of the walnut stain in there. I sharpen all my pencils, and I have to show you this. This is the cup that I'm using. So I'm very inspired with birds, and I sharpen all my pencils super sharpen. Let me show you how sharpened they are. And you're gonna have in the instructions, you're gonna have a photo of these. In the instructions, when you go, you're not gonna get the book unless you are a member of the Society of Decorative Painter, or you buy it at eBay. It's the Decorative Painter volume summer 2008, and it says step 1, 2, and 3, and this photo is separated in the 3 steps. So this is powder blue, and I have to explain to you something which is explained also on the instructions. We are going to be following a linear pattern. So we're going to be doing short lines, very short lines, and as showing in here in this step, you have to follow the contour of the face, of the head. Face. Okay, so the first stage that we're gonna do is this one, in which we are going to put lines of powder blue, following the shape of the head. We're putting lines of powder blue. And we're gonna do the same on this small section in here. And this section in here. Put color where you're not supposed to. For example, this section is supposed to be black, and I put the blue. So you put a piece of tape and you go over that piece of tape, and it will remove that color that you put in there. We're gonna start shading with cloud blue. I'm gonna put this color on top of that line. Still, we're putting lines. And we're gonna highlight with white. And if you see, it tells you exactly where the highlight is. There and in here. Shading, cloud blue shading, and highlighting. Shade with periwinkle. The back of the head. And let's put a tiny bit in here. I have to put this closer to me. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna find so that I can put this closer to me. And we're gonna blend that with powder blue. Fill in with powder blue. I am going to put the peach paste on that line. I want to disappear that line that I have in the back of the head. It has a tiny bit of pink in here, and I'm going to check how this is filming before I continue, because I changed the camera because the other one was not focusing too much. Let's go back to the periwinkle, and let's go back to that beige color that I put. I forgot which one. I think it was the seashell. I'm just trying to eliminate that color in there, the graphite color. I think that's the best way to do it. And this is the powder blue. Make sure your pencils are super sharpened. So I'm putting back this powder blue, filling this with powder blue. The more lines you're gonna put, the better your berry is gonna look. The more color. We want to put the black. Let's just put the black. Now, the white dot in the middle of the head have to be put, and then you cannot touch that section. So I'm gonna put that white, and then I'm gonna put the black around it, and make sure that you don't put black on top of that white. But we have to be careful because not all the eye is black. So let's bake up first with dark brown. Dark brown. And then we can put the black on top of that dark brown. Yeah, let's put the black now. And I'm gonna put also the black underneath the dark brown. And this section in here is black, completely black. And also this section underneath in here is black too. It's super black. So what I'm gonna do is gonna trace it and then fill it with black. Okay, I'm gonna leave you putting that black in there, and when we return we'll continue. But the thing is, I don't want to make huge videos, and that's only adding black in there and in here. I'm adding the places that have black. And the other section that has black is in here. And before I continue, I have to check this to see if it's filming correctly and not out of focus like it was before, okay? So I went to take a coffee break, and I want to show you something. Look at this. This is done by the Nespresso coffee machine. It's super good. Anyway, while I was copying the files, they look better. I saw this, which is a crop from one of my pours, and I said, oh, that would be a beautiful pocket too. So I printed them for both of my journals, the journals that I'm doing, and look at that, how pretty it's gonna look in there. Now, I don't wanna cut in a circle in here, so what I do, whatever is put in here will have a tab or will show. So that is, but I think it's a beautiful pocket, and that's another way to use your pours. So you can print the images and you can use them for pages or for pockets. So see, that will make a beautiful pocket, and I will use one in each of the journals. Okay, so let me take my coffee break and I will be right back. So make sure that you can see the pink on the top of the head, which was pink rose. And then now we're gonna shade again. So shade as many times as you need and highlight as many times as you need until you see that the bird is taking shape. So we are shading with powder blue, and you move your paper the way it is more comfortable for you. So now I'm gonna shade also this one in here. And I'm gonna shade this one in here. And I'm not gonna put too many layers in here because I don't want these videos too long. And this is the same, you know, you just put more hairs of the same. So I'm putting white again. and white again in here, and let's put some white in here, and again in this section in here I'm gonna put the powder blue, oh this is the cloud blue, on top of that line. So you should try covering your lines with the same pencils. And this is powder blue. Powder blue. Okay, so as many coats of powder blue as you need until you start seeing that the bird is taking shape. But I'm gonna move on to another area. A tiny bit of shading in here. Let me go back to the powder blue and blend that. Let's put some shading in here. This is the periwinkle. Powder blue, there's a tiny bit of powder blue in here. And let's shade that with periwinkle. And blend with powder blue. There's a tiny bit of black shading in certain areas of the head, and I'm gonna do it very carefully in here, very lightly, and in here. If you need your black to be darker, you can put some Gamsol. I need to put some black behind this in here. Stain that with the powder blue. This is not in the instructions, but I want to do it. Salmon pink, I want to put salmon pink in here on the iris, and then maybe it is in the instructions, but I was not looking at it. No, I've done that before, so let's go back to let's put chocolate. So that will give the eye a tiny bit more highlight with that highlight in there. Anyway, it's not probably in the instructions, but I'm telling you to do it. Now let's go to the beak, and we're basing the beak with salmon. So just put a coat of light coat of salmon, and this time instead of going on a linear, the bird is is done linear, and the beak is gonna be done circular motion. And I'm gonna shade with pearl vermilion. Salmon pink. I'm going to, for a second, fix something that I see in here, just with a tiny bit of powder blue. So I'm still shading with pale vermilion, and if I see something misshapen, I will shape in it. This is pale vermilion, and I'm going over the line in here too, pale vermilion. This is terracotta, and even though I'm not following the instructions, I'm not sure, but if terracotta was used, but I want to use it now, so it doesn't matter. And I'm blending with the salmon pink. I'm highlighting with white. Poppy red. If you create a line, you go with the lightest color, and it's the best way to um, blend it. Let's do some more highlight. And this is pale vermilion, and this is the powder blue. So now that's the beak. That's all you need to do for the beak. And then do the chest, which is base coated with peach beige. So let's find the peach beige. We are going to do lines again, and the lines going in the same direction as the body. And this color, you think it's not there, you're not seeing it, but just put it and it will help. But you think it's not there because you cannot see it, but it is there. And take that opportunity to go over that graphite line. And I should tell you what I'm doing. Let me do it in here with a dark color. So this is what I'm doing. The lines are not going the same way. And I am feeling like this. That's what I do. So we were doing the peach beige. And that's it for that section. It's a base coat that you have to put in there. And then you start shading with French Gray 50%. And of course you have to shade the bottom section. So let's do it this way. And let me tell you something. When you're working on colored pencils, you should not be putting your hands on top of the piece because it brings some oils. So let me bring a paper towel. So I'm gonna shade with French Gray 50%. Let's continue here, and I am putting the dark coloring here, and as I show you in that paper, the way I'm putting it irregularly, oops, so you can probably tell in there that I put one like this and one like that. And anyway, I am going to lighten a tiny bit that graphite line, and I'm gonna do it with a peach beige. So we are shading the chest. Let's see. We have to shade the whole bottom part. And I'll show you. Now, where did I put now the... This is the part that we are doing. We're putting these lines, and we are going to create these lines in here. This one and in this one. So I already started with this one. And we're going to create another one in here. Like that. So that is the shading on in here. I put some randomly in some areas, and that's the shading for the French gray 50%. Now we're gonna shade again, but this time we're using French gray 70, and it's not gonna cover the same amount and less hairs and in the same area, but a smaller amount. That's probably enough. Putting so much. Okay, that's enough of that color. And now we're gonna fill in with peach beige. Now we're gonna start highlighting with white. We put the white and then we can put peach beige again, but let's start putting the white. The thing is, if you don't have dark, you will not see light in here. So you have to have light, dark, in order to see the light. And probably getting to, let's go to the peach beige. We need to fill this in here before we start putting lines over there. So we don't have to finish this, just put some in there, and then we're gonna go to the back and then we can try to finish this, okay? I think that's the best way to approach this. I'm still putting more and more hairs. So the back is base coated with French gray 70. Let's put it this way and start base coating that. So I'm again doing lines. Missing a section of the black in there. Was missing a section of the black in here. Okay, so French gray 70. Okay, so we have a coat of French gray 70 on the back, and there's a section in here. now we are shading with French Gray 70, the same color, but we're putting a second coat, and by the time you add the second coat, you start shading. So let's see, because I kind of lost my lining here. I'm putting darker, same color, but darker in there. Now we're going to have to put some dark brown. Let's shade also this section in here. Sharpen. That section in there. And so now we're going to bring some dark brown into here. And we are going to tint some areas with dark brown. You can put black too. Let's see. Let's shade a tiny bit with black in some areas. This black section is highlighted in here with powder blue. Let's bring some peach beige in here. So, you know, the more pencil you put, the better it's gonna look. Let's take that French Gray 70. I'm going to fix this in here. Maybe with the, the peach beige. Let's go to beige. Tiny bit of dark, let's take chocolate. Let's take the black and go in between. This is me being picky. As always, I am super picky when I paint. Let's highlight a tiny bit with white. And we are going to bring the hairs in here. Now you can bring hairs. This is the powder blue. Let's go to periwinkle. We're almost done with this bird. Periwinkle, and bring some colors, and you can go to powder blue and bring some color. This. And bring some color from one place to the other, connecting, you know. The same, if you need to bring some of the peach beige to the top, and maybe French Gray 70 or chocolate or French Gray 70, and connect them both, and peach beige. So this is where you start connecting the head and the tail. Put more of the black, and the tail, let's put some highlight of white. So I'm gonna highlight in here with the white. Let's blend that with beige. We were gonna put some chocolate in here. Giving it some color. Not too much. And then let's put white. Remember, you need to have a strong highlight of white in here. And that also in here. And then you can bring those white lines to here, from here to here. So make sure your pencil is very sharpened, and then you can bring some of these into there, like that. Now, the thing about these, you are going to take the dark color. For example, let's take the French Gray 70, and you can also bring it inside like this. So not only put it from one side, but also on the other side, you know what I mean? Let's take the beige color, and let's go to the legs. Let's put a tiny bit more of the dark in here. French Gray. Let's go to French Gray 70. Okay, so French Gray 70. And let's take the chocolate with some shapes of darkness, and I think I'm going to leave it like this and move on to see what I did in there. So you can take some, like, darken some areas and then go on top with the or the white. Let's see the white. But I'm not gonna complicate this more, and let's move on. So the two legs are base coated with mineral orange. If I find them, I think I left a line. I left two lines, but these are, I'm gonna go over with facial pink over those graphite lines, horrible graphite lines that I created. And then I'm gonna base coat with mineral orange. And then let's find the instructions. Shade with sienna brown. Just, you know, I can do it without instructions, but I probably will use different things. And, you know, I just want to do it the same way I did it so that you have the instructions. Because, you know, I can paint it again, but probably I will use different colors, whatever I find in hand that I mixed. I like to mix a lot of colors and come up with different combinations. So that's why I prefer to follow the instructions so that you have the exact same colors that you have on the pattern. So I'm shading with sienna brown, and then the instructions call to go over with pale vermilion. This pale vermilion will blend that sienna brown because brown colors have a lot of dirt. I call them dirt colors because they are mixed with black and, you know, they have dirt. And then blend with salmon pink. Salmon pink. Putting it probably in the lightest area. This salmon pink. Highlight with white. That's it. It's, you know, it's the easiest part. And highlight with white, not in the same area where you put the salmon pinks, more into the inside, okay? Go again with the salmon pink to blend that highlight. And I'm gonna do the nails next after I finish with this one. And then we're gonna call it done because this is only, I'm showing you only the bird, which is the most difficult part. If you wanna do the whole pattern, you can buy the instructions and do it. So let's see if there are let's find the nails are painted with peach beige. And shaded with French Grade 70. I'm gonna start with the shading so that I can find them. Okay, so there's a nail in here. French Grade 70. There's another one in here. And another one in here. So, and the other ones you don't see the nails. And this is French Grade 70 on top, which you will not see. And highlight with white. And this is it, guys. You did it. You did it. Let's blend that white with the peach beige. And you were able to do it. If you need to further highlight with white, now if you don't like still cover showing too much of the background, you can go again to everything that I told you. If you, for example, this, I think it turned too big, that leg, then I'm going to the background color, which is the same as the peach beige, and just make it smaller. Everything is fixable. Let's go back to the sienna brown and shade. Now this leg in here has some hairs on top. With peach beige and white. So let's see. Put a tiny bit of hairs on top of these with peach beige and white. And at the beginning probably you don't see that. Let me put that. You can put a darker color if you don't see them. For example, I'm going to put the French Grade 70. And then I can put the peach beige and the white. So now we're really over. And you might need to shade. And this is the sienna brown. Maybe you can even go to terracotta since we have it here, but it's not in the instructions. Terracotta maybe not because you have too much red. Let's finish with the sienna brown. And that's it. That's what I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you how to do this beautiful bird. So you have been watching it this super close. But let's zoom out because in reality you're not gonna be looking at this so close. So this is the final piece. I finished everything around it. I hope you like what we did. So this is the final result. Here is where I'm gonna glue this. And I have to tell you, I want to protect it with what I use to protect it, which is the Quartz Traditions multi-surface sealer, but I added some of these in the borders, so I'm gonna wait until it completely dries because that may need drying, and tomorrow I'm gonna try. I put it in a sample. I'm gonna test to see if these products, what happens when I apply this product to the stain, and if it works then I will varnish it. If not, I'm gonna leave it without varnishing. But normally colored pencils, I do varnish them with these, the Quartz Tradition multi-surface sealer. And so this is the final result. I hope you like what we did, and please remember to share my videos and come back for more. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.